Well, good Saturday, everyone. Let's start right here. Let's go live. Good Saturday, everyone. It's a quarter after 7 on our Saturday evening here. The storm's moving through. This is our live cam. We're looking out over the plaza. This is our plaza cam, and it has been busy on us already. So severe thunderstorms moving through the metro right now, or just past the metro. They just came through the metro, and we've got a rainy, stormy night ahead of us. So let's get to work, show you what we have. All right, so hope you're having a good Saturday evening. And just buckle up. It's going to be one with a lot of rain. If you've got plans tonight, we're going to have to watch for flooding. And I've got Facebook comments up. We've been on air a lot today. We've had several tornado warnings. They were northeast again, northeast Missouri. There's some spots that we're watching to our south for some rotation. But at the moment, for most, we don't have any tornado warnings at this time. For most of us, this is straight line winds and hail, a lot of lightning, a lot of heavy rain. That's the primary thing. We do have the tornado watch that goes until midnight for a big chunk of the metro. If it's not canceled early, I'll show you that here in a moment. And for 9, if you are north of I-70, and to the west, it's until a lot of that's already been trimmed. It was dropped at 7 for many spots on the Kansas side. So this is the live radar. This is 7:16. We've got several severe thunderstorm warnings. Let's start up here to the north, work our way southeast. So this area up here, we're looking at like Mercer and Grundy and Gentry counties and Lynn County in Missouri. We had tornado warnings. We did have a confirmed tornado in Gentry earlier. That one dropped. These things were dropping, then lifting right back up, and then dropping. We had a whole bunch of warnings, and there may have been kind of brief funnels or brief touchdowns, and they lifted right back up. Nothing. We're not getting reports of damage, but we did have several tornado warnings up in this area. So severe thunderstorm warning right now. This is in the Brookfield area. This one has had a history of 60-mile-per-hour winds, 1-inch diameter hail. This red box that you see up here looks like a tornado warning. It's not. That is a flash flood warning. See how the storms just kind of raked right over the same spots over and over and over again, stacked up some really heavy rain. Then this line snakes down, so let's get to the metro, okay? So stout line of storms just blowing through. It will start to our north. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning here in Jackson County, Missouri. Let's get this lightning off. There's tons of lightning out there. So Blue Springs, Lee Summit, this leading edge right here. I'll pause it and show you kind of this line. I'll draw on it for you. This is where the severe portion of the storm would be, kind of right along that leading edge. It's gusty winds. We'll check the hail here in a moment too and see what it looks like all along the severe portion. Let's first check where it is. So Blue Springs, right along and south of I-70. Lone Jack moving in towards you, right over Lee Summit. It's crossed over from Grandview, so it crossed over the state line, and with the severe portion, a lot of heavy rain there still. But let's go to our winds, see what we have there. All right, so it's right around Lee Summit. You see the bright spot there. All these bright greens here are about 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So this zone over by Grandview and Lee Summit, let's make sure there's no twist in there. There shouldn't be. If there is, it'd be real. No, that's just straight line winds. Let's see what they're clocking in at this very time. At times, they're up to 60, so right around Grandview. It says 40. It might be 50. This is kind of elevated, so when the winds come crashing down, they can be a little bit higher than what we're sampling in the upper parts of the atmosphere. So let's go back to the Doppler radar, and here's our warning working its way down toward Harrisonville and Freeman. Lewisburg, you're included in this too, and sliding east toward Garden City. Next in line is going to be like over towards Warrensburg. So that line right there is severe. Let's see if there's any hail in here. Go to our hail tracker. So far it's been rather small, up to about 1 inch. There you can see the hail zone. Watch it come streaming in. There it is. Not a big deal. That hail's not, it's potentially severe in a spot or two. Severe needs to be 1 inch in diameter. Haven't seen a lot of that. Let's see what it's putting out here just south of Lee's Summit. Yeah, that'd be quarter cent. You know, that's pocket change stuff. That's like a penny piece size. So I don't see anything too alarming there right now. Now let's go down the line further as these storms move through our area. Here's another one that we have by Lacine. So this would be over here on the Kansas side. So Lacine, Kansas, there's Garnett. We've got this storm. At one point when this was just outside of our coverage areas, a little bit further to the southwest, it had a little spin to it, so I want to check that out. Heavy-duty thunderstorm, tons of lightning. It's going to be noisy. It's going to be really heavy rain. Let's see what these winds look like. Yeah, there it is, a little spin here. So this is going to have a tornado possible tag. Let's check that. Here's your warning. And this severe thunderstorm warning here goes, so it says threat considerable, and it says hail damage is possible, but it's 70-mile-per-hour winds with a tornado possible. So I wouldn't be surprised if I have to break free and go cover a tornado warning out of this one. It's pretty close near Mound City to produce a tornado. It's not currently strong enough yet, but it is close. So this is Lynn County, Kansas. Lynn County, Kansas. And if there's a tornado here, it would be right around Mound City, just north of Blue Mound. That's something we got to watch pretty closely. Just because we see spin on radar does not mean that there's a tornado with it. There's a threshold that kind of has to be met, or somebody has to see that with their eyeballs, or we've got to be able to spot it with debris. Let's check, make sure that there's no debris there. I'm sure there's not, otherwise the National Weather Service would have been hoisting a warning on it. They're not doing that. So we always check our debris tracker. Nothing too alarming there. Good news. Let's go back up to the north and these counties. I want to tell you about how long these warnings last. I didn't do that. So this one big severe thunderstorm warning. This is generally kind of low wind severe, all right? And it's past much of the 435 loop. This goes till 7:45. That'd be about another 24 minutes or so, and then it may get extended eastward, and it kind of moves along out of your area. These things are moving east pretty quickly. Let's see, 40 miles per hour. So these won't hang with you too long with the severe threat as we look toward Lee Summit and Harrisonville along that line. Let's go further down to the southwest. See, look at this big long line of severe thunderstorms. Essentially, this whole batch is trying to produce, let's try that again, trying to produce severe weather. We'll draw this whole line. There's a little gap in there, but all the way down here to the Kansas-Oklahoma border is attempting to go severe. Not a ton of tornadoes. They've mainly been up here in northern Missouri, again today, and then down here on the southern part of the coverage area, Lynn County, Anderson County, places like that's where we've seen some rotating. Okay, so that's the deal with the radar. Here's our tornado watch. I've got the questions up. Before I move on to radar, maybe I should go through some of these questions. Kansas City is loud. Yes, these are noisy thunderstorms. Raytown. Okay, so let's look at some of these. Red Bridge area. Hey, you're over in my area, Red Bridge. I'm not too far from there. I'm over by Leewood, Red Bridge, stormy in Grandview. Okay, see what else. Is dead in Belton, Raytown area. Let's look at Raytown. How come you're not reporting on the radar indicated tornadoes? Well, we don't have any tornado warnings right now. No tornado warnings right now. There's some spin out there, but that doesn't mean that there's a tornado. Okay, let's keep going. So we'll check Raytown. Let's go to see what else do we have. Grandview, Raytown. A lot of requests for Raytown. Just rain and Liberty. Okay, so one more quick look to answer some of these Facebook questions. I had the tornado watch up. Let's go to Raytown. So there's Richmond, there's Odessa, here's Warrensburg. So this right here might be the next batch that tries to go severe on us. Right now it's not. So this is Richmond and Leslie. There's Carrollton. This is the kind of gap right now where it's not necessarily severe, but it's trying to go. Checking something here on my end real quick. Okay, work our way down a little bit. Let's get this lightning off. We all know it's pouring and tons of lightning with it. There's Lee Summit. So Raytown, you're on the back side. Lee Summit kind of in the thick of it. Next is going to be Odessa and just went through Peculiar. So Belton, let's look at you. You were talking, so up here in this general area, there's Gardner. Right there. Here's Belton over here off of 49. You're on the back side of it in Belton, Gardner, you're doing okay. If you're on the back side of this line, your severe threat's really going to drop. The atmosphere's kind of been worked over, so the tornado watch will get trimmed from this area back. Your severe threat will really come down. It's along the line and at ahead of the line where we have the severe risk. Okay, so let's get to the tornado watch and see what's been cut from that. It goes until midnight officially for I-70 and south. So right along I-70 and south, that goes till midnight, goes till 9 up here in this zone that's left, and then 7 p.m. for this little sliver that we've got there. Then we also have the flood watch through the night. This is gonna transition from a flood threat to from a severe threat to a flood threat. So let me show you the high-res models. Okay, here we go through the night. There goes the strong storms. And by or before 10, again, if you're back behind the pink splotches here, your severe threat's done. And then it just rain, thunderstorms. It's a stormy night all night long. Look at that. This is 5 o'clock in the morning. We're still in it. Now, the heaviest of it will be southeast of the Kansas City metro. We're going to get a lot of rain in Kansas City, don't get me wrong. But if you're in Odessa, you're in Warrensburg, you're in Marshall, Sedalia, Harrisonville, you guys really just kind of stay socked in this thing until about 6 o'clock in the morning. Kansas City gets rounds of it, and then we're kind of on the edge of it after we get past midnight. But it's still going to be a lot. So how much are we talking? This is the forecast rain totals through tomorrow morning. And this is addition to what we had over the past 3 days, where it was 1 to 4 inches. And now we're going to get an additional 1 to 4 inches. So in some spots, we could have over a half a foot of rain in just a few days, just 4 days. So Clinton, you see that number popping up. What will happen is we'll get these storms to set up on a train track where they just kind of rake over the same spots. What we saw in northeast Missouri, it's called training thunderstorms. Nobody can tell you where that's going to happen, but it probably will happen somewhere tonight. And where that happens is where your highest rain will be. And I know that we've got some spots out here where lake levels are full. And if you throw another 3-4 inches of rain on top of it, we're talking flooding there, and that could impact houses, all that kind of thing. So this is a legitimate threat tonight and tomorrow morning. Be on guard that you may well run into flooding issues, whether that be on the roads, whether that be from lake levels, whatever. Okay, let's take another look at the velocity at Mound City. Let's see. Okay. Yes, that was spinning. So somebody's asking for that. We want to make sure. We've had tornado warnings several times today. So this was a tornado possible severe thunderstorm warning here. And let's check her out. It'd be right there in that notch around Mound City. It's there. Yeah, that's definitely. So that is a tornado possible severe thunderstorm warning. It is not a tornado warning. So the threshold still not met from the National Weather Service to say, hey, there's a high enough probability that this is producing a tornado that we will issue a tornado warning. What that means is it's possible, but not high enough. Not high enough. And there's storm spotters too. They've deployed storm spotters, emergency managers, all monitoring that. So people are out on it. It looked like it had a notch where it would be visible, but like what I mean is some storms wrap rain around them and you can't see the tornado. That one looked like you probably could, even though it's night now. Maybe they could have been able to spot that. So they've got people that are checking that. Okay, here's tomorrow morning. This is your Sunday. Showers around, we're at about 60. Then we catch a break. Tomorrow's not a washout, 72. You'll catch some dry time. There is a late day storm chance. Severe risk is there, but this is the last gasp, all right? After this, we're going to be done with storms. First warn for tomorrow, not a first warn weather day like today and Friday was, but there's a chance for storms between 3 and 10. I think more likely for a lot of us, it would be between about 4 and 8. Hail and high winds. The entire area is under that. What does that look like? Here it is. So this is your break. Get this to pop up. There's your break. All right, so there's 10 o'clock in the morning, some scattered showers. Sunshine comes out tomorrow afternoon. You'll catch plenty of dry hours tomorrow. And then late in the day, there's 2 rounds. One that's on the east side of the metro. That one could come in by about 4, or east side, not of the metro, east side of the coverage area. So I'm looking at like Sedalia. And then this little batch right here, late in the day about sunset. Maybe some low wind, severe weather there. Not the threat that we've had here lately. And then that is it. Once that is out, we're done talking severe weather. Here's your 7-day forecast. Monday, sunshine, no rain. It could be so nice. And then there is some low rain chances Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Not a severe risk. Temperatures in the 70s and 80s. We are back to business as usual, and we will be done talking about all this rough weather that we've had here lately. So that's the first round. I'll go through everything one more time while we're up here on streaming. When will the storm in Mound City come to Belton? Okay, let's look at that. All right. Yeah, but spotters can't spot if it's rain wrapped. That's true. So a lot of questions about Mound City. All right, so Trenton keeps asking about Mound City, and we'll look at Excelsior Springs. We'll look at Tonganoxie. You guys are on the back side of this thing, so it's just showers and thunderstorms for you for the rest of tonight. You're still officially under a tornado watch, but it's the threat's really coming down. So a lot of things. Oh, what about South Kansas City? Okay, we're going to hit South Kansas City. Somebody's saying a new tornado warning. Yeah, we do. Okay, so there it is, Mound City, tornado warning. All right, so I'm going to break free from here. We're going to go on TV. Now it has met the threshold, tight enough rotation that we've got a tornado warning here. It is not confirmed. It's that the radar is showing strong enough rotation to issue that tornado warning now. Okay, with that, I'm going to go be on television. If you would like to stay updated, we're going to track this one, Warren Sears and I. That's going to be on KCTV, Channel 5. We'll stay on as long as there's the tornado warning. And if you're in this area, take shelter, and I'll join you on Channel 5. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.